Oh,
was
it's
a
kind
big
of
one.
long.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, because there is a lot of context on this, but I want us to approach this topic with our own context as well. But let's approach it from this
Mm.
person's context. How does one get over self-esteem issues from childhood, especially when one knows that they are better than the image they have of themselves? I'm a man, and I grew up in a very abusive household where I was constantly assaulted verbally and physically, being called some of the worst things possible by parents. On top of that, I was constantly bullied at school for a large birthmark in the middle of my forehead, as well as being overweight. I wasn't a saint, but I'm positive that most of my destructive behaviors were simply ways of coping. Now, as an adult in my 30s, I've recently started taking Zoloft and Wellbutrin for the past 6 months. I don't know what those are, and it's worked wonders.
Antidepressants from the
Oh,
same sound of it, yeah.
I've
Mm.
completely stopped many compulsive behaviors like binge eating, substance abuse, and nail biting while taking on healthier routines like becoming vegan. I've been a vegetarian for some time, working out consistently, giving up food with added sugars, and volunteering usually 3 days a week, helping with ESL classes and legal help for migrants. I've lost over 50 pounds. I don't know how much is that in
A good amount.
kilograms.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
Oh, in
That's a
about
lot.
in about 5 months. Wow. And have a lot of muscle tone now. One of my best friends, who is a female, has told me that I'm good looking even when I was heavier, but compliments me more often now. I've also had a few recent relationships with women who I consider very attractive, and I'm sometimes bewildered when they show interest in me at all. Two of the women I really liked and had been intimate with had told me that I was really hot or very good looking, as well as extremely charming. Yet this relationship failed, in part I believe because of my own insecurities. I just don't see it. I want to, but I cannot. And I get suspicious whenever I'm complimented this way, even though the logical part of me sees no threat or a hidden agenda in their words. I don't know how to get over my narcissism and low self esteem. Is it really even possible to at this point?
Okay. That's an interesting one.
Right.
Ellie in my chat said this guy is stroking his ego here just a little bit.
Yeah. I guess
Well,
that's what he wanna get over with.
mm, uh,
Mm.
he might. Okay, so he was bullied and abused by his parents.
Mm.
So I don't know. I guess uh, his fear here might be the compliments aren't real, or the compliments are to hide the fact that they're going to like beat him up later or something.
Ah.
Either he probably either thinks acting as a like a red herring, or as like, or just are completely untrue. So I think he was just trying to be like, oh, this is what women say about me. Now that I've like now that I'm healthy, just to like put the word out there so that this might be what, I don't know. He doesn't necessarily say it, but I feel like he's insecure about not believing these things. So
Yeah.
he might be the type of partner who fishes for compliments or wants a lot of
Affirmation and stuff.
approval, affirmation, yeah.
Yeah.
And that might be too much for the other people, so he might just do it a lot. So I guess he's asking, yeah, self-esteem issues from child.
So the short answer is find a good therapist.
Yeah, short answer,
Yeah.
therapy. Long answer, I guess, is I guess being able to identify what you're insecure about. And like that's always the first step, is identification.
Yeah.
Because once you identify it, you can work towards fixing that issue.
Mm-hmm.
So he's identified narcissism and low self-esteem. I think it's possible from any point. It just will take a lot of work the older and the more used to things that you are.
I don't.
Low self-esteem is really tricky.
I mean, low
Because you can't
self-esteem.
just-
Of course, he shows it, but the
is.
narcissism, I actually cannot understand. Where did
Yeah,
he
I
get that
think-
from?
Yeah,
He
I think
he might feel
he
like
might
a
be-
narcissist for fishing for compliments.
Ah.
yeah, that might be it. Because it seems like he gets compliments and he wants more compliments because he is worried that he's not what people like tell him. So he wants to hear it more because he's insecure about it.
Mm.
Yeah.
And he's worried about it. But then he feels bad for asking about it. That's what
Ah.
it seems like to me.
The
It's so
psycho.
complex. It is fucking mental health is just a fucking circle. It sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so dumb because the dumbest little things are like the things that usually fix it.
I feel like the first thing that OP also needs to do is to internalize the compliments. At least that's what worked for me. Because, like, I can relate with his past situations a bit. I think I mentioned at some point as well, like, the reason why I made this whole GTT and try to make it like some kind of mental health centric is because I need to talk to more people and find out, like, you know, if growing up, my parents say I'm A and that A is negative and it used to be the part of my identity because I believe whatever they say to be true. And now I'm an adult and I feel, and people say that, oh, actually that's not true. Then if I'm not A, what am I? Like I have,
That's one hell of an identity crisis.
yeah, like I have
Yeah.
that struggle very often and I haven't really found the answer. But for me, what helps right now, for me to stand here right now, is the fact that I used to reject compliments. To be like, oh no, I'm not such thing, kind of thing. And I know it's gonna just make the cycle worse at some point, so I try to just say yes. Like, even when you don't believe it, just say yes first. And slowly,
Yeah.
you'll internalize it, you know?
Hmm.
Yeah, and you become a happier person, I would say.
Yeah.
Your Google just fucking broke. Hold on. I just realized that I've been showing a blank screen for a while.
Oh no!
Oh no.
Like we're there, we're talking, but
They aren't seeing
The
it, though.
slides are there.
they're not seeing it.
Ah,
Oh no.
Oh, I'm so silly. I'm silly. It's
It's
what
okay.
If I just do this?
it's alright.
You know what? I'm just gonna go to my just chatting screen. Fuck this shit. They can listen.
Yes.
They get to talk. They get to
It's like an audio
just
book.
listen. Yeah.
But yeah, so basically, I feel like internalizing compliments is one of the more important steps before, you know, do
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah,
Abusive also.
internalizing, like, okay. I think it's again, you know how we talked earlier about tapping and accepting your problems
Mm-hmm.
and your
Yeah.
worries. I feel like doing that again, but to accept the good things
Yeah,
might be beneficial for
Yeah.
OP here.
right.
Mm.
And then he'll face the next problem, which I do too. Like, you know, no matter how good I am, there will be parts of me that are
God.
not
I
good.
made you guys tiny. I made you guys so small.
Like, there are parts of me that are not good, and I struggle with people knowing that. Because it's like, yeah, I know people are not perfect, but at the same time, I feel like, oh no, if let's say Moss knows I'm a prick, I'm a little bit of a prick, Moss wouldn't like me anymore, something like that. Like, if Snail
No.
knows
Yeah.
I'm this patty, something like that.
I'm a dickhead, man. I'm a bitch.
It's hard for me to actually say that, yeah, I'm a bad bitch from around the corner, you know what I mean, kind of thing.
Well, the thing is though, I may say that I'm a bitch, but I'm probably not. I'm setting
Yeah.
myself up for accepting if people think I'm bad.
Oh yeah, I struggle with that a lot.
Like people's self-perceptions of themselves are typically very different from how other people see you, you know?
True.
Yeah.
Like I I struggle with self-esteem quite a bit, you know. There's like I feel like if I'm not doing something enough, or if I'm doing something too much, it's always complicated. It's a complicated
Oh,
thing to
yeah.
deal with.
It's very much so.
Like, but at the end of the day, you can't control how other people think about you at the same time, because it's what's going on in their brains and not yours. But you can control what you think about yourself.
True.
Yeah. It's like when you walk past a group of people and they laugh and you're like, shit.
Yeah, it's like, what did I do?
Right.
Yeah, like you can't control how they're thinking or feeling. Like, because you don't know what they're thinking or feeling, really. You only know how you're thinking or feeling.
Yeah.
Like, one thing my mother, I love her very much.
Another. This another.
She.
I'm like, how do you say that?
Another.
The snother. One thing she makes me do is that whenever I'm like, kind of like being my own biggest hater.
Yeah, I mean, you are your own worst critic.
Yeah, exactly. Whenever, like, she notices that I'm, like, feeling that way, like, I'm hating on myself for things that are typically out of my control, she tells me, she asks me if I'm being a good friend to myself.
Oh.
If I'm saying good things about myself. And I feel like one of the better ways is that if you start thinking negative things about yourself, you have the ability to correct yourself in your mind, like argue back that no, I'm not this bad thing. You know?
Yeah. That's a good way to put it.
That associates with what my therapist told me about like the inner child thing. Like, you know how sometimes we feel insecure, etc. It's more because of the small, our little younger version in us that's still like scared.
Yeah.
So we like he always
We're all
asked
babies on the inside.
me. Yeah. He always told me like, ask yourself if your niece made this kind of mistake, will you forgive her? For instance, then if you can do that to other children, physical children, then you should do it to yourself too, because you have like some kind of metaphorical children in you. Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I feel like the friends thingy, yeah, I don't know, I like that better. I don't want to be
That's
seen
cute.
as a baby.
Well, I mean, the inner child thing is always good because, like, if you met yourself, like, if you were able to go back in time and like talk to yourself as a baby, like, as like in your most difficult moment, like for me, it would probably be in high school. Oh no, it would be when I was just coming into high school, actually. If I could go back and talk to myself. I would fucking cry, bro. Like,
yeah.
like, I won't go into like what happened to me during that time, but I was a lot of I had a lot of big feelings, and I was only just discovering who I was as a person. And so if I were able to go back there and like be like, it's okay, you turn out all right. Look how cool we are now. Like yeah. It's that talking to your younger self is still I think cute. I think it's nice.
Though I don't know if I'll be
it helps a bit.
I don't know if I'll be patient if I talk to my younger self, because I bet my younger self will be like, nah, I don't believe you, but I suck. Then I'm like, shut up. Just listen.
Be quiet.
Shut up.
Listen to me. I'm the adult now.
I'm you from the future. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, shut up.
I know better because I lived it.
Yeah, and then like,
Exactly.
what difference will I?
Experience comes with age.
But what's the
You
difference
grow up.
between that reaction as compared to, let's say, the parents that we had? Like, let's say, yeah, my parents weren't that great when it comes to emotional stuff. So if we are like, yeah, shut up, just listen to me. I'm just acting as my parents at this point. So
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Telling a child to shut up for their big feelings is not
Yeah.
the best course of
It's
action,
very-
in my
Right.
opinion.
Yeah. It's yeah.
Big feelings are very hard to control.
Big feelings are difficult, and I understand that very much.
yeah.
Mhm.
It's okay to have big feelings because they are there and they are big.
Yeah, very large. Very, very large.
Large feelings.
With a medium shake.
All right.
Yeah.
Wait. And small fries.
Small fries.